What's going on, guys? It's Nuke here, and welcome back to another Black Ops 3 Zombies video. And today, I wanted to review this photo, or thumbnail necessarily, I guess is what you should call it, that was released by mistake by Treyarch a couple days ago when they released the actual trailer for Black Ops 3 Zombies, DLC 4 Revelations intro cinematic. But basically, I just wanted to give an explanation, or not an explanation, but more just like review this photo, because what the heck is going on? Like, this is an actual gameplay image, and it actually displays a lot of stuff that is important. This is actual gameplay footage right here, so this is just awesome to see, and I want to know about your guys' opinions on this, because I'm honestly quite excited. This is legit gameplay images right here. But anyways, before I get into the video, if you guys do happen to enjoy, a like would be very much appreciated. I've really wanted to review this image for a while, and I just haven't got the time to, so finally I have the time to sit down and review this with you guys. So if you do enjoy, a like would be very much appreciated, and let's hope this builds the hype for the Revelations trailer tomorrow and the actual DLC releasing next Tuesday. Let's go! Alright guys, but anyways, starting off, we got the freaking most obvious thing in this whole thumbnail. This big worm looking mother trucker, boys. What is this? Now, I have a bit of a theory, alright, and it's a very short theory, literally about like 5 words, but I think that this is a gate worm. Now, the reasoning behind this is because if you take a look at the gate worm from Shadows of Evil, once you do the rituals and the body, you know, explodes and blood goes everywhere and then it turns into a gate worm, if you take an image of that gate worm and compare it to this thing, they look pretty much identical. Like, basically, this gate worm you get from Shadows of Evil almost looks like maybe it's a baby gate worm. Like, it just hasn't grown into its full size and full potential yet. If you look at it, they all have about 18,000 eyes. They have the tentacles on the side of their mouth, and they're both wiggly worm-looking creatures. Now, yes, this one is 5,000 bajillion times bigger than the gate worm from Shadows of Evil, but I do believe that this is either a grown-up version, and, you know, an adult version of that gate worm, or it could be that this is just another version of that gate worm, and that this is just from another dimension, or this is maybe an apothecon worm as opposed to a keeper worm, you know, stuff like that. But if you guys do not know, this is basically like good versus evil up in this B. I mean, it's like apothecons versus the gatekeepers. So there could be a good version of the gate worms and a bad version of the gate worms, and this could be just the bad version, and the ones we got in Shadows of Evil could be the good versions. Moving on from that, we have the thing below it, which is a I don't know really what to call this, but it is very strange. It's right above the Pack-a-Punch, which I will get to in just a moment. I'll probably have it highlighted on screen. It's this right here. Now, what is this necessarily? Well, I believe this to be the beacon. Now, if you guys play the Giant, I mean, pretty much everybody's played the Giant at this point if you're a huge Zombies fan, or if you're just a Zombies fan in general, or if you just have the freaking Giant. You have known that Maxis has been talking about making the beacon lit, quote-unquote lit, for so long so that he can find their location and so that they can commence the next step in getting to the house. So basically, the quote-unquote main quest, or the quote-unquote main Easter egg for the Giant, is to light the beacon. And so I do believe that this is the beacon that is lit, that Maxis wanted to be lit from the Giant. Moving on under that, we got the freaking Pack-a-Punch. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this looks very weird because it's out in the open, for one. Now, the Pack-a-Punch being out in the open like this makes me think of two things. One, the fact that Pack-a-Punch is this easy to get to makes me think that the Pack-a-Punch isn't even important on this map. Like, there's so much probably going on in this map that Pack-a-Punch is just a side necessity. Like, oh yeah, you can get Pack-a-Punch if you want, you don't have to. Like think about it. In Zetsubo no Shima, Pack-a-Punch was one of the hardest things to get to. Not really one of the hardest things, but it was an objective. Like, you had to work to get to Pack-a-Punch. You had to put the water in both of those bunkers, then you had to open the main bunker in the middle, then you had to fight off some zombies and then that big thrasher, and then you still had to open like 3 more doors that were worth 1,500 points just to unlock the Pack-a-Punch. And inside those doors were little activities that you had to do just to get pieces for a Pack-a-Punch machine. So in Revelation, Revelations, when you just have the Pack-a-Punch just sitting out in the middle of nowhere, looking like it doesn't really have anything that you need to do to get to it, then this makes me think that there's going to be a lot more going on in Revelations than just getting to the Pack-a-Punch or just building the Pack-a-Punch machine, and to me, that's good news. Now, looking to the left of the Pack-a-Punch at this wall over here, we either have one of the two drawings on the wall. We either have the HVK or we have the Shiva. Now, I don't know, these both look so similar. The HVK and the Shiva look like very similar wall drawings. I might put some gameplay up on screen of what the HVK looks like and then put it back on this, picture. I was watching a video of this guy and he was thinking that this is the HVK, but I'm not too sure, honestly. I mean, it looks like the HVK, but again, it could also be the Shiva, and they put the Shiva in the spawn room, ladies and gentlemen. So if this is the spawn room, then holy crap, what? We have so much going on in just the spawn room. If this is the spawn room, we have the freaking gate worm looking at us. We have the Pack-a-Punch right in front of our faces, the beacon being lit. However, if this is the HVK, then that means, you'd have to progress a little bit further within the map to get to it, so you'd have to open a few doors and whatnot. But I mean, to the right of the beacon, this could be the house, which could be where you start off at in the beginning of the map. So if this is the house right here, then this could very well be the Shiva, which is one of the starting wall weapons that they put on the wall. And then next to it, you do see a barrier that is probably what you're going to have to buy. You can see it's coded with 115 and it's floating in the air, and you're obviously going to have to buy that in order to go into the next area. And then next to that, you can see the Gobblegum machine. Above it, you can see this church that I do believe is from that one multiplayer map where there was like a ton of stuff going on that related to zombies. Other than that, I don't really see anything that's too important other than up here on this rock area, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on which I do believe we're going to be able to travel to, but what is going on up here, I cannot really tell. I see two things sticking up out of the rocks, and then I see a dead tree, and that's really all I can depict from this. I can't really tell anything else, like in this area. It's too blurry to kind of see, at least from the picture that I'm looking at. But yeah, other than that, I can't really find anything else from that. So I guess this is going to be the video, guys. If you did happen to enjoy today's video, a like would be very much appreciated. I'm probably going to spend a lot of time on this editing, so likes very much help me out, and I appreciate them ever so dearly. If you are hyped for Revelations, then also be sure to like, because oh my god, I am so hyped, and the DLC is coming out next week. This is absolutely crazy. Anyways, guys, my name is Nukeman2026, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.